Okay, welcome. Refractory period, folks. We know you are all part of the team here,
Yeah.
and
Live pre-recorded from Shedlandia.
live pre-recorded Shedlandia. My hat's too tight.
Uh-oh. What kind of hat is it?
This is a motorcycles Harley Davidson. I'd like to say I got this straight from Harley, but I didn't.
Yeah. Your head just got Harley sized.
I think it was I think it's a knockoff we got from a 7-Eleven or something.
Oh, Ayo.
Some cheaper spot, but you know what? Still looks good
Nice.
as long as it's on the right head.
Big old yellow duck bill on it.
Big yellow duck bill.
Yeah.
Keeps us all going.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack.
Still sponsored by Dude Beer.
Still drinking Dude Beer.
In our minds, we're sponsored. Hope for the best.
Well, we loved it last time. Why won't we love it today?
Why not?
Yeah. No. Okay. Let's go right to the brass tacks here.
Let's.
I think it's a big important issue that we've been talking about. 2028 Shitfest.
Ooh. Yes.
Did we call it Shitfest? Is that what you called it?
No, it's Mid-Best Shitfest.
Mid-Best Shitfest.
Yeah, in honor of the Midwest.
Right.
The idea is if Canadians who liked the NFL,
right,
such as ourselves, were to engage in the possibility of a 2-year gap to plan for a United States football focused trip.
Respect
You're
the gap.
just there for football. You're there for Friday Night Lights, Saturday college ball,
and Sunday NFL. Oh, how do you do it?
You know what? I'll tell you how to do it.
Tell me more.
First step is you recognize that you cannot do it until the schedules come out, which makes it very difficult to plan.
Very true, yeah.
So the most important thing you need to do is look at the NFL teams and the college games.
Right.
Because you need both of them to be at home.
If they line up.
If you cannot find anything that lines up, you can't do this trip.
Right.
High school games take care of themselves. They're regional.
Yeah.
So, you can travel.
You can figure
an
something
hour
out.
Or so,
Yeah.
Whatever. You'll figure it out. But the college game plus the NFL game is where it becomes tricky.
Right.
I, as you might have known, have put a great deal of effort into trying to figure out the logistics for these kinds of trips.
I did know that.
Yeah.
You know why? I got an email on it.
Yeah.
And by email,
Instagram
I mean a
group
message.
Chat. Yeah. Yeah, you got involved in a group chat.
Somebody sent me something somewhere.
Yeah. So if you're trying to plan these trips, I'll give you my recommendation and how you do it. So the first thing you do is you look up the professional team. You see what their ticket price is for the next year.
Right.
And then you try and forecast the following year based on that year. So you have no idea when the home games or away games are, but you can at least look at the average price for a home game. You can look at the rivalry games, which are going to be more expensive, and you can look at the nothing burger games against shit teams that no one wants to watch, and they'll be less expensive.
Right.
And you can kind of figure out what the high price will be. So say you want to go to Chicago to see them play the Bears. That's a huge rivalry game. The good seats at a high price are going to be significant. And then you could look at like Chicago versus the Jets, and no one's going to care. And you can look at the prices of like nosebleeds, or you can compare nosebleeds and like middle bowl seats. So that's what I did. But I did that for 8 different cities.
Right. And
8 different teams.
Just by doing some quick math by myself just now, because I'm a mathematician, I just looked at, say it was, well, let's just say in what, 2 years time, say for a round trip for everything we want to do, say it cost $1,800.
It's not gonna.
Just say
the only place it could would be to Pittsburgh or to Indianapolis.
But we'll say $1,800 just for the fun of it. $1,800. That's 24 months away.
Yeah, you're saving like $50 a paycheck or $50 a week.
$75 a month.
Yeah.
So if you can't put that away for such a trip,
something's up.
something's up. And you should be able to do other trips before then as well to make sure the significant others get some trips as well.
Yeah. No, it's definitely doable. It's super
Very
doable.
doable. Very doable.
The question is like, what level of entertainment and accommodations are you trying to get? So like that was a journey when I was doing the prices for the 8 different cities we were looking at.
As we talked about in our Calgary trip this past season, I'm probably not the person to look towards for where we're staying.
Maybe not. Yeah. So one of the things you can think about terms of any trip is if you're going to do hotel, look at it in terms of 2 people per room. Don't look at it any higher than that because your prices get weird. And you can literally just multiply the rooms in the hotel for how many people you want to bring along.
Right.
And the price is going to basically be the same. When it comes to Airbnb, that's different. You do have hard and fast go, no go parameters. So if you're 4 people or less, you can basically Airbnb anywhere you want. There's no problem.
Yeah.
You're going to be
Easily
like
done.
a couch or a bed or whatever. Like it's going to be easy. But if you get into larger groups traveling where you're like 8+, then you're in the world of like your options are extremely limited because of the location for Airbnb.
Right.
So you can hit a sweet spot at around 6 to 7 people that can make a lot of things really cheap. And it's, I think, super worthwhile. But once you hit that 8+ person level, you need to either find the perfect place, which one of the places I had talked about, I found it.
It was perfect.
It was literally perfect.
It was everything you could have wanted.
Yeah. But
ever.
You can't expect that in every city, and you also can't expect it close to the stadiums, which if you're going for a sports-related trip, I'm a big advocate for being walking distance from the main stadium you want to go to.
You don't want to have to drink and find a cab and drink and try this and drink and do that.
You don't want to rent. You don't want to get into like rental car areas, which is the difficult thing when you're going to Texas. Like you kind of are in that.
Especially because the U.S. drive on the other side of the street too. We'll never be able to find it.
If you're British, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming from Britain. Is that ever? Oh, sorry. Wrong podcast again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. But in general, like looking at because the trip we're trying to plan is like a 2 years from now trip to the U.S. to watch football, and it's amazing some of the ways you could have spent money in certain cities versus other cities. Like take Indianapolis. Flights are very expensive, but once you get there, the accommodations are so inexpensive. It can get as low as like $2.99 per person.
I've never been. I've never been, but I know for a fact, Indy is a spot I want to go eventually.
Yeah, I mean it's a football town. There's a lot of football towns, and
it's a big deal.
There's places that I think do a better job of it than others. Someone having lived in the area, but you really got to prioritize like. What is it you're trying to do? Is there a college team you really want to see? Is there a professional team you really want to see? Are you just trying to see like all 3 for as little as possible? Because
I don't think we're in that group. I think we're in we want to see good games every game
all the way through. Yeah, and I think that's available in quite a few places, but you just have to be really
patient.
You have to be patient. You have to make sure that the schedule lines up. That's the most important thing, because if it's not happening, it's not happening.
And don't force it.
Don't force it.
That's like they always say about everything. Don't force it. If you got to wait another year for the next season, it's okay. Yeah. There's another season.
Well, just keep an eye on what's available. And whatever is best, you got to go with that. So it's tricky to plan for 2 years out. But I think if anyone out there is thinking of doing like a big sports trip, and they're thinking of saving for it in a way that like doesn't break the bank, put 2 years out. Do some quick budgeting on what it would be if you were to go next year.
Yeah.
And then think like we're just waiting to see which one opens. Because right now, like in our group, literally I've put together 8 different cities, 8 different teams, multiple college teams.
Yeah.
Like there's options available for what's going to work. And if
just tuck away $80 a month for a couple months. And
Yeah, yeah.
Just so you have it. You don't have to spend it.
No, you
Just
can
tuck
just
it
put it
away.
away, and then once you get to the time where schedules come out, things like that, instead of being committed to one area or one version of events, you've got lots of options, and I that's the right way to do a sports travel situation. Is just get a bunch of people online where you can say, hey, we have to be super flexible. Here's like the
Yeah.
rough estimates, so you can start saving for it, and then between the economy and what the teams are doing, you just wait and see.
In the group now, in the group that we started, I didn't start shit. In the group that was started before you were added me, um, I know who's in it. Uh, how many people of that group of four
Yeah.
was it?
Well, yeah, but
Back out.
it's 4 plus 6, but because kids are involved, not
Wait,
kids,
what?
sons,
Okay. Oh yeah.
adult
Okay.
sons.
Wait.
Yeah, there's 2 guys who want to bring their adult sons.
N and K.
Hey. Yes.
Who's K?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the other son?
D. DN.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could do mine too then.
So here's the thing
I wouldn't.
that's
I'm
really
just saying.
important is if you're thinking in terms of, wow, we've got a really good Airbnb spot we can hit.
Yeah.
You have to look at the beds. You have to look at like the places, like
Yeah,
sleeping
bugs
arrangements.
and
It matters.
blankets.
But if you're looking in terms of, that's why I think Chicago is really good, is the hotel prices are extremely close to Airbnb prices. So
Mm.
you could have as many hotel rooms as you wanted and have the same trip in terms of price.
I see.
Yeah. So it really,
But then you start watching the Bears.
what? Well, maybe the Bears and the Packers. You never know.
Okay, if it's Bears Packers, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could see like Northwest play Michigan. Like there's
Yeah, the quality would be there. Yeah.
there's some really interesting interactions between the college
I would-
teams that if they play out well, you could have an amazing 3-day weekend.
Oh, for sure. And I'm not knocking Chicago. I like Chicago as a city.
Well, and the food in the city
yeah, so
would be
I would
amazing.
love to go to Chicago. Also, that being said, if I went to a Bears game, I just wouldn't wear anything Bears. And if it wasn't against the Packers, I just wouldn't wear anything at all.
Yeah. Just naked.
just naked.
But that's the
yeah.
thing with these kind of trips is you have to look at the city, what you want out of the city, if you care. Because if you don't care,
Yeah.
there's a lot of options. Go to Cleveland.
Oh.
Yeah, just have time.
I mean, I would do that too.
I know. As a football fan, I just care about the football.
Yeah.
But there's other people within the group that do care about like the city things.
I think the
Some
only
people-
reason
early on, there was the original 4 cared primarily about things like barbecue. They want to do a big, barbecue trip. So like in my mind, I was like, yeah, you could go to Texas, you could go to Nashville, you could go Carolina.
Is Mr. H involved in this?
Yep. Like there's a lot of options. But in general,
I
you
think
have to be patient. You have to look across all 3. You have to kind of price check all of it.
Yeah.
And like
I think
for
from
the
our
audience,
location,
I looked at Denver, I looked at Vegas, I looked at California or Chicago, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, which personally, Atlanta's got a
Georgia?
sleeper situation.
Yeah.
Really good Airbnbs, really good hotels, really good college games.
But the flights must be through the roof to
They're
go
not.
east, southeast.
No. So Atlanta is one of the largest airports in the U.S., and because of that, the prices are lower than going to a place like Pittsburgh or.
Really?
It's cheaper to go to Atlanta than to Pittsburgh, which is crazy. Also, another place looking at Atlanta, Houston, and what was the
What
last
about
one?
Michigan?
No, well,
Did you look at Michigan, like Detroit?
yeah, I did.
Michigan.
I did. People seemed less interested in it. I think it's a great choice.
It's because the Wolverines and yeah.
Well, you got Michigan State, you got Michigan University,
and then you have
you've got
obviously the
Lions.
Lions, who are doing really well as of the last 5 years.
There's a bunch of good things that I would be fine with going to Detroit, but like a lot of people are not interested so much in the city of Detroit.
The weather and the city itself. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what
Texas would
the
be
last
amazing.
game.
Yeah, the Texans. I'm
Well,
all about
you
that.
get West Texas football. You get
I'm all about.
college games.
Yeah,
The food.
I'm all about Texas.
The problem is the accommodations, the prices. It's on the higher end.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So, well, I seen the price breakdown that was sent out,
Yeah, which is based on 7 people.
and I'd like to say I couldn't read any of it. There's a
It's
bunch
'cause
of
you're
letters and
illiterate.
numbers all over the place.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, I found out what the final numbers were to everything.
Yeah, the very last page makes the most sense.
I never looked at that one.
That's dumb.
Seriously, I did, but I don't.
Yeah, well, look at it right now. Like the last page I put out has
Really?
I've got the, if you're trying to be cheap, what's the cheapest way to
Well,
go?
I'm always
And then I've
cheap,
got the
but
like ballin' on a budget option. And
Ballin'
eventually
on
it
a
ends
budget.
in the Houston section, which I've called the forbidden package, which is like if everyone saved basically $100 a month from here to whenever we go, you could kind of be pretty cool.
Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't look at this at all. Indy 1200,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 1200,
That's for the cheap sides, yeah.
Las
Yeah.
Vegas 1250.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Las Vegas.
The problem with Vegas though is like you're not really experiencing like a culture. Like there's no city stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, food. I see you got food choices here.
I did list food choices.
Chicago's top.
Yeah.
Houston's number 2 in food, hey?
Yeah.
Atlanta. You know what? In all honesty, I'm still Texas. I'm everything here tells me.
Could you list all the cities that I've put in there?
Okay, so we're looking at I'll just
look
put
at
it in for food.
Yeah.
Food. Chicago number 1. Number 2 is Houston. Number 3 is Atlanta. Number 4 Nashville. 5 is Indy. Indianapolis for 5. Hey. All right.
Good steakhouses, decent Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 Las Vegas. Thought Las Vegas would be up around 2 or 3.
No, it's
Just because
buffets.
they try to. Yeah, I
It's
guess
just
you know
buffets.
what. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I take that back. Pittsburgh 7, Denver 8. Sounds about right. Pittsburgh and Denver are too fucking blue collar to have good food.
I mean, like nothing's wrong with the places there. It's just
No.
you're not getting like a amazing option
But I think football
for football.
to food relation, I think you're going number 3, number 4, Atlanta, Nashville.
I think Atlanta,
Or
Nashville,
Houston. Sorry,
Chicago.
Houston.
I think if you went Chicago to
I think Houston.
Atlanta, you're in a good spot.
I think Houston's where we got to go.
Everyone says that, but it is expensive. And the other thing that people don't consider is like in terms of drive times for the colleges or for the
4,300. I don't. Is
high
that
school
a
games?
4 or is that a 2? What the fuck is that
It's
number?
2,800 at the like pulling on a budget.
What's it saying there? It looks like a squiggly line with a something.
1,300
1,300 a person
for the cheap side.
for a person,
Mm-hmm.
which is nothing in 2 years' time if you save for it.
So all the cheap options are super affordable. Like all the cheap options can be done. If you're looking at a U.S. trip where you're basing it around football, you can in a year's time definitely save up
And
for the cheap
Houston's-
end of it.
And Houston's mid pack. It's not the bottom 3, but it's not top 5.
In terms of
Or
price,
sorry, it is top 5, but it's not bottom 3. It's
well,
like-
it is in bottom in terms of like the high end stuff.
Cheapest
Like if you want
flight
to really
plus-
enjoy yourself, it's expensive there.
I think no matter where we go is going to be expensive because I'm going to spend my dollars amount in everything I want.
Well, you might, yeah,
Uh,
but I have to consider other human beings.
others don't care. Others have more money than us.
Today, who
if
knows
they,
about
if
tomorrow?
they do it right.
Yeah, I agree.
You know who we're talking about.
It's a slow save situation, and I mean, for me,
I'm Chicago or I'm Chicago or Texas. Anywhere in
I
Texas.
think Chicago, Houston makes a lot of sense. I think people are really sleeping on Indianapolis because there's so many colleges. You could see a Notre Dame game, you could see an Indy game,
Mhm.
you could be at the best hotel in the city.
I'll tell you what. If there's a Fighting Irish game, I'm there. That's my number one.
Yeah.
If-
Well, for colleges, because some people have different priorities, right?
Yeah.
Like some people care more about the like for me, I care way more about the professional games than I do about the university games. But I
Yeah.
know there's people in the group who are like super sold on the high school games and the university games. In which
Yeah.
case, Texas becomes
Texas
like
becomes
West
huge.
Texas
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, as mainly primarily an NFL fan and not knowing a lot about college ball or high school ball,
Yeah.
nothing says Green Bay. So to me, it's I
Well,
just
you
want to see.
can't get tickets in Green
No,
Bay.
that's what I mean.
That's the
So
problem.
that's what I mean. So for me, it just means where am I getting the best football?
Chicago.
And that's why I said Chicago is my number 2.
Yeah.
And best food again, Chicago's up there. And best, like, just to say you were there,
I
like
think Chicago, Houston,
the place
Atlanta,
itself.
to me, make a lot of sense. Nashville's on the outside because of the like city thing, but I think you're overpaying for your accommodations.
Yeah, I'm Chicago, Houston, because Houston, for one, I love heat. I love hot weather.
Warm.
I love the heat, and I love everything that the heat brings. But Chicago is opposite, polar opposite, for that matter.
Not
It's a
really.
colder spot
Depends when you go.
compared to Houston.
So all those prices were based around like October 1st to 5th.
Yeah, so it's cold. It's cold in Chicago then.
In October, yeah.
Wet, cold, wet,
Yes.
cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's Chicago.
Chicago.
I've never been to Chicago. Gotta be to Chicago.
Get some dear
How do you not go to
Giano's beautiful
Chicago?
pizza, some
Everybody loves
sausage,
Chicago.
Mike Ditka.
Some deep dish.
Yeah.
That's Chicago,
Can
right?
be done.
Chicago deep dish, and I love the za.
Well, you can get some incredible pizza there.
Boy.
Incredible.
Oh,
that's
boy.
the problem is like if you're going for like the city tourism, there's a right answer.
Yeah.
But if you're going for like football, everything else, you gotta wait. You just gotta wait until the schedules come out.
Yeah,
You cannot make a decision 2 years out in the world of sports, especially city sports, regional sports.
Well, you need the schedule to
You need
hit
the schedules.
You need schedule to hit NFL, and we're not going there for not NFL.
Some people are. I would say founding members are
Are more
very
about college ball?
very interested in college ball and high school ball.
I don't. Yeah, okay.
Which
okay.
I don't like.
The
that's
founding members
that's
will.
Not, that's not
I mean,
my thing. But the OG group is definitely worried about that,
Well,
which is fine.
You know what?
That's okay.
In my opinion, at that point, the OG members need to organize it. Whoever's organizing it organizes to what they want.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I decided to go full acoustic.
I know.
Do like 8 cities.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it. So it sounds like you're organizing it. So you organize
Probably.
it to what you want.
Probably. Well, in my opinion, if you were going to do a trip, this is me throwing it out there. If you're going to go to the U.S. right now and you wanted to do a dollars per experience trip, Chicago is the way to go. It's a huge city.
Yeah.
It's very diverse in terms of the food. You have lots of really cool experiences that are available to you.
Yeah.
And if you just know where to pick the area, you can underpay for a huge vacation.
Yeah.
Like it can be a really cool experience.
That's where the bear came from. You know they got good food.
Well, they definitely have good food. They got Italian, Polish, German. They've got Mexican.
Everything.
They've got, everything.
It's a huge city. It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. It's a huge city.
Well, in terms of Canadian like interpretation, it's a city you can't understand. Like we don't have it.
Yeah. If you look at
and
Toronto,
if you're gonna look at comparative cities, you're looking at L.A. and New York.
yeah, and Toronto don't
And-
hold the candlestick to them.
No. So like if you're gonna look L.A., New York, or Chicago, in terms of the average spender, the average trip goer, it's Chicago. It's not even close. And you get the huge city feel, but you also get like that Midwest.
You gotta like
You
the
know,
Midwest.
treatment.
Midwest people are the best too.
Yeah.
The people. Think of the people,
Salt of
children.
the earth.
Huh?
Salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth by the salt of the earth Midwesters. Look at them go.
Yeah. I mean, you've got other options too on the East Coast, but depending on where people are traveling from, it can become pretty. I don't know. It becomes a bit of a problem. Like a lot of the Florida places, Carolina.
Yeah.
Like personally, I wouldn't mind going to Jacksonville, but Some other people would really mind going to
Uh,
Jacksonville and traveling to go see like University of Florida or
mm,
Tallahassee or whatever. Like there's
Florida
there's
sounds nice too. Yeah.
there's a bit of a business going on there.
Hard
No
to
one wants to go to
argue that.
Miami because it's too expensive.
Hmm.
So like the Midwest in terms of football exploration, the Midwest is where it's at. Detroit, Chicago, Indiana, any of the Ohio teams, whether that's Cleveland or Cincinnati,
Mhm.
Pennsylvania, South being like Pittsburgh. Like there's some amazing places you could go to watch football. And Pittsburgh and Las Vegas, unfortunately, are the only two within the 8 that I looked up where the college team plays where the professional team plays.
Oh yeah,
So your
that's a big thing
travel,
too. Yeah,
so
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
travel
yeah. That's
is
huge.
like cut massively.
Makes a difference. Yeah,
It's a big difference.
I
Yeah,
never thought of that. Yeah.
yeah. I
Well,
included it all in my charts and
chats
blah,
and
blah, blah, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well,
But to folks out there, like if you're not interested in football, but you're interested in basketball or baseball or whatever, like if you want to do like a large trip with a group of people, I highly recommend that you look up the travel times. The travel times are huge. That's one
yeah,
thing with Texas is like outside of there was I think it was Rice and maybe one other college for Houston where it's like yeah, you're within an hour of travel, but all the other ones like it's gonna be a full day.
yeah.
Like you have to commit to a large amount of travel, and as the group grows, that becomes 1 car, 2 car, 3 car. So your price goes up. You have to really
But divided
consider
between
like,
more people, so
but not really. There's only so many people that can fit in a
yes,
car.
really.
You're not taking a limo from Houston to fucking Austin.
Should we do that?
No.
8 people, 9 people, 10 people?
Absolutely not.
It'd be epic. It would be epic.
Well, but I mean that's also involved in like how much are you wanting to spend? Like for me, I think any kind of trip
I think a limo within 20 minutes.
at the age I'm at with like the responsibilities I'm at, I feel like when you're planning a big trip, it should be something that doesn't put you out of pocket for 6 months.
You don't want to be out of pocket.
Don't want to be out of pocket for 6 months.
No,
You want it
that's
to be
right.
the kind of thing you don't really think
Easy
about. You're
peasy, soul,
enjoying
just
it.
everything flows, everything's nice, everything's
Which-
easy peasy to follow.
Like if you look at the Indy or Pittsburgh trip, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, if you have $2,000 in your pocket, you're living.
You know what? Fine. You know what? You talked me into Indiana. You got me into it. You did it. Fine. You win.
As a former resident, there's some
Fuck's sake.
stuff.
Did you hear this, folks? Did
But-
you hear the whole rigmarole here?
But
It started with this easy peasy little thing, and then all of a sudden he talked me into Indiana. He talked me into it, and that was of sales. He sold me on it.
yeah. But if you're doing Indiana, I really feel
Nothing but yeah.
Seriously, I really think, especially with a large group, you need to think
Yeah.
Chicago. And the large group really is the dictator, because
I'm all about Chicago, actually.
I think Chicago just.
I
makes
hate the
sense.
Bears, but I'll do it because
The
I love
city is
the idea of
city's
everything.
incredible.
I love the idea of it.
I know.
Yeah, the
city's
idea of
incredible.
Chicago.
The food's
Yeah.
incredible. Getting to explore there is incredible.
Yeah,
It's also the cheapest flight right now.
I think
to
Chicago
any of
is the
those.
best.
It's like
Yeah.
$450 round trip.
I said Houston because I hate Chicago for the Bears, but you know what? I shouldn't do that because I love Chicago for everything it has.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And you could still see the Packers.
I still love Chicago for football.
It's
I love
great
hating
football.
hating
Yeah,
them
yeah,
because
yeah.
of what it is.
It's
It's
the enemy
football.
territory,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Chicago is my number one now. I think you taught me a lesson today.
Yeah.
You taught me a lesson.
I mean, I'm a as a
lesson-
former
as a
Northwest
lesson
Indiana resident, I really do think if you're looking in the world of football, it's
yeah.
like Indy, Chicago, the Ohio teams. Certain places in the Midwest make sense once you're there, but
Yeah.
traveling from Canada, that's the tricky part. Is they can be very expensive. And Indiana, it's $900.
Yeah. Shedlandia tripping is a bit difficult.
Shedlandia tripping to Indianapolis is
Yeah.
about $900, whereas to
Ooh.
Chicago's $450
Oh,
round trip.
what? What?
450
Half
round trip.
off?
At least,
Technically.
at least half off. Like there's some other places where it's less. Like Vegas is a bit lower.
You know what I feel like now? A Philly cheesesteak.
I didn't do the breakdown for what Philadelphia would look like.
I know. I just want a
Um,
Philly cheesesteak now because we talk about all these
Could
different
be really
places.
good, but the further you get east, it's gonna get more expensive.
No, I
It
just want a
just
Philly
is.
cheesesteak. I don't want to go to Philly. Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
Thought I was throwing something out there that make a laugh, but I guess not.
Yeah.
After all these talks of all these other places, I thought of a Philly cheesesteak. Come on, man! I thought it'd be funny.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah. There's lots of options. Though.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. I'm hoping at some point in this podcast we'll be able to reveal where we went, what we did, how much fun we had.
will.
And it's a difficult balance between do you pick the hotel, which includes things like shuttles to big events, which isn't nothing. And then the question is like, how hard do you lean on the Airbnb? Because
I think you
right
have
now,
to tell.
I've only found one place where the ball-in option for Airbnb makes so much sense. Every other city, it's like
I think you have to tell everyone that if you want to have this and have it enjoyable and not worry about money, add another grand to 1,500 to your trip expectations.
well, I'd say like right now, you could have a really good trip
Unless
in
you're an
quite a few
alcoholic.
places at 2,500.
Yeah, unless you're an alcoholic, like where you were drinking the whole way through and you cannot stop.
Also, it's America, so it's cheaper.
That's true too.
You could honestly like full alcoholic binge, like go nuts. But if at 2,500, you're traveling at a nice clip at the months we're looking at traveling, which is largely like end of September,
and
early
it's down
October.
the road. It's so far
Yeah.
down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very doable, very reasonable, I think.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are involved, you probably don't listen to this or watch us anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I would say pick Chicago. I'm gonna pick Chicago, and you guys will hear my opinions vocally
I think
numerous times.
Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, depending on how much you want to bounce.
Well,
and then outside of that, it's
I'm really
it's
Chicago,
Indy,
Miami.
Pittsburgh. It's Indy, Pittsburgh.
Chicago, Miami, one or the other.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I decided.
Yeah. To me, you got to lean
The
into like,
Hurricanes?
are you trying to go cheap as possible, which Indy, Pittsburgh, or are you trying to go like balling for a reasonable budget?
I want to go to Mayhem.
Mayhem.
I want to go Mayhem. Where's the most wildest place to watch? Who's the most crazy people?
It used to be Oakland
to watch.
No,
Oakland's gone. Yeah. Oakland's gone. It's
I
not Las Vegas. We know that.
I think Jacksonville.
Okay, well, we can't do that because you said people didn't want Jacksonville.
Well, you could. Like, if you could convince everyone to go to Jacksonville, you could definitely do it.
Chicago.
The problem, I think
Chicago, crazy Chicago.
I think Chicago's the way.
Chicago.
Chicago or Detroit, one of the two.
I would do Detroit, but I went to a ball game there once, so I'd like to go to a different city. Personally, that's the only reason I'd say that. I went to a Jays Tigers game before. Did you fuck that up?
Yeah.
You know, I've been working days and days to set up this studio.
Why did this come up?
It just spins. It spins on its own without the mic going around.
All right, whatever. We'll stick with this.
Wow. Okay.
This is busted. I'll have to fix this.
Yeah, you will, because you know how much that cost me?
$12.
Yeah, at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, you know what?
We got to get to our city.
It's been a short episode.
No, we got to get to our city.
A short time since it started, but it feels like it's been going on for a while because I had to listen to him for so long. Alliston, Ontario. Population 23,253. Alliston, Ontario. And you know what I'd like to say about that place?
I don't know.
Oh, well, let me tell you what's going on in Alliston, Ontario. Honda of Canada celebrates the production of its 11 millionth vehicle at Alliston, Ontario plant. Imagine that. 11 million.
Wow.
This is October 15th, 2025 for some reason. It's old. 11 million cars later, Honda of Canada, MFG, Associates Supply Chain Partners, continue to demonstrate the best in North American manufacturing. Thanks to the flexible manufacturing Honda is known for, said Dave Jameson, President and CEO of Honda Canada. This is the newest news I could find. Honda Canada Inc. was founded in 1969 and is the parent company for both Honda and Acura vehicles brands in Canada. Since 1986, the company has produced Honda engines and over 11 million cars and light trucks at its Alliston, Ontario manufacturing facilities, where the Honda Civic and Honda CRV are currently built.
Nice. A lot of
There you
people
go.
love the CRV.
Oh, see, I almost bought one. I almost bought a CRV, and the only reason I didn't was because I found something for cheaper.
RVR.
The RVR, the Mitsubishi RVR, boys.
Another news in Alliston, we have a sudden death under investigation near
Oh.
Alliston Soccer Complex.
Mm.
Police are investigating sudden death that took place near a soccer field in Alliston Thursday. Provincial Constable Cody Heitinen with the Nottawasaga Detachment tells CTV News there does not appear to be any foul play. However, the exact cause of death remains unknown. Weird.
Mm.
A police presence can be seen in the area of G.A. Wright Athletic Field on Albert Street East. Authorities have not released the identity of the person and say the coroner has been contacted for further investigation. That is the extent of this news. Unfortunately, that's as one day ago. So hopefully there will be more news coming out for that particular issue. It's weird, though, that there's no foul play suspected just on a field.
Just weird, yeah. Why would you not think something more? Unless it was like something that
Maybe it's a heart
obviously
attack,
parent
or
heart
there's
attack.
people around it. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was on video and it was just someone that dropped in the middle of the field, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
would
thinking
make
maybe
sense.
that would make sense, but
Yeah.
obviously we'll have to, if you're in or around Alliston, let us know.
Or it's no foul play, like somebody slid, tackled, or whatever. Just something normal.
Who
and
knows?
Just
Like an
yeah,
accident in the world of
aneurysm.
play. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's still sad, scary.
It feels weird. It's obviously like probably a younger person. I
Yeah.
don't know. Feels sus.
As a person that grew up playing sports, and yourself probably feel the same way, we've seen some bad injuries. But when it
very
comes,
rare that there's full on death.
yeah, that's a big one.
Especially if it's in the field where there's not a
Outside,
there's not a game happening. If there's no game happening
yeah,
and someone just dies in the field, like I think that should be ears prick up.
something's going on.
Yeah.
Jinx owes me beer.
Ooh woo. Okay.
Ooh, woo.
I think that's the gist of that.
Anyway,
That scenario is hopefully there's more information out. Hopefully someone comes forward
Yeah.
with something, or the police.
because
figure out
we
exactly what's
love
going
every
on
one of
YouTube.
you, and we hope everything is going okay.
Sure.
We do. It's part of our program,
Okay.
the 18-step program. we
Oh
have.
yeah. First 9 is gooning. Yeah.
Second 9 is watching us.
Yeah.
Goon.
Goon.
Do we watch? Do we goon?
No.
No. Sorry, folks. We don't goon. Why? Why? Why did
Why,
this?
what?
Why did this come
I'm
about?
honestly trying to figure out how I can like spin this around. I don't know how this came undone.
It spins by itself. No. Oh, no.
No.
So what happens is you got to unscrew the cable mic cable at the bottom, the very bottom, and then screw it on, then do it. So right now he is not available because he cannot get his mic going. I don't know how it ever would have came to undo though, because you can't spin it to undo without disconnecting the cable. Unless we have, oh, it's not working at all. I'd like to say, folks, this guy next to me is a real idiot. And if you argue with me, just say something. No, see, he won't even argue with me. As much as he'd like to think that he's not an idiot, he decided it's better to say nothing because he feels the same way. Tell me more. If you do not do horrible things to animals, please tell me now. Okay, so folks, there you go. He does horrible things to animals. I don't know
No,
why.
that's false. That's false. Animals I'm good with. People not so much.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe the person he is today.
Yeah. C'est la vie. C'est la vie.
Did it work out? You got it?
Yeah, I think it's fully screwed on now.
That's
I think we're
fantastic.
okay.
Yeah, you're great. I was only kidding, folks. This guy's a great guy.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I think last episode or this episode talking about like camping stuff like that. You who have experienced a few notable interactions in the world of camping, do you think there's anything in terms of what you could buy that could limit negative interactions? Like obviously, Mark Twain said, "Good fences make good neighbors." Do you think anything in the camping world is like, if you get this thing, it's going to help you long term?
Beanbag gun.
In lieu of that, just from a structural
Rubber
component.
bullet.
You don't think there's a certain way you could park your vehicle in front of your tent, things like that? You could hide yourself.
Bulletproof vehicle.
Yeah. Full beans.
Beans.
Irie.
I
Everything gonna be Irie.
Beans. I think I really had to think about camping and safety and everything like that.
Because you do have a notable camping story.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's society. It's not you. There's nothing you do camping to prevent from someone else from being an idiot.
That's true.
As much as you
Yeah.
want to believe you will protect yourself and everyone else in your campground, you might do so from physical harm, but you still can't completely plug your ears of stupidity. And that's what it comes down to more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Like if only you had, maybe that's it. Maybe in the future we can filter out stupidity and it'll AI generate through your headset that you're wearing.
You
that
still
if
have to
it's-
deal with physical threats.
But if it's so, hold on. It's just
I don't know.
hold on. If it's just okay to me, I can deal with physical threats. If they beat the shit out of me, so be it. They deserve to. Good for them. They won. But for the intellectual ones, if someone's going to come to me and say something stupid and be stupid, I'd love to have that shield to just say, stupid alert, stupid alert, stupid alert. And they just say it at the person so that person knew they're going to say something stupid and they walk away. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that solve a lot of problems?
No. Because the problem is action. It's not so much thought. It's what people decide to do after they think a certain thing.
But this is it. When you give them the
Yeah,
alert.
you get a stupid alert, but then someone punches you in the face. It's like, all right.
Well, no.
Thank
no.
you, stupid alert. I still got hit in the face.
No. You know when there's a stupid alert going out, and then it's, oh, shit. They're stronger.
Yeah, but
Stupid stronger alert. Stupid stronger alert.
Yeah, but you could do that without the alert. Like
People
most
can't now.
well, maybe not now, but you could.
No, I'm saying.
No, you could. Like if you went camping,
Sure.
and you were like, "Oh no, stupid stronger coming at me." You don't need AI to tell you that.
No,
You'd be
but
like, time
the
to get my
person
shovel."
giving it needs it. Like the guy that came barking at me
Yeah.
should have known. Stronger alert, intelligent alert. If I say something, I'm going to get beat up. It goes both ways.
Yeah, okay.
Ching,
okay.
ching, ching, ching.
Fair
Ching,
enough.
ching, ching, ching.
Yeah. So you see like a situation where the setting itself dictates how much
Yes,
nonsense
if
is
you
going on.
know, and you don't have to be an idiot. You don't, and that's the idea. The thing is like, that's might be the motto. You don't have to be
Don't
an
have to be
idiot.
an idiot. Yeah.
You don't have to be an idiot. We'll figure it out for you.
Yeah. Ideally, you're not an idiot.
If you say stupid shit, we know because we're AI.
Yeah.
if, if and
Good point.
uh,
Excellent.
I,
Well said. Yeah. Don't be AI.
I hope that don't stink. I hope that don't stink. Uh, notice when you say that, always you got to sniff
Yeah.
just to be sure.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Anyways, I got to piss. Carry on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Carry on.
Take the keys just in case Jake locked the door.
Wow.
Here, but you got to get in the house, or you're gonna piss in the garden. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, folks, you can't really listen to anything that fella says because he's too smart. And if someone's too smart, what do you say? Go away. You're too smart. That's what they say. Now, I'd like to talk about something while he's away. And it has to do with life growing up. Now, I don't know if anybody that listens to this has ever had kids or wants to have kids or decided to have kids in this world today. But I'll tell you one thing. Don't. 'Cause you know what? Things are changing. They're changing so fast you don't know what to do. And where I am right now, I just looked at so many different things over the years. So many different things. Like, how do you do it? How do you have a kid nowadays and say anything? Hard to believe. That's all I have to say about that.
All right, then. I guess I'm left alone now, as he was previously. Let's see. What would be worthwhile? I mean, I could can certainly continue our previous um, venture into the world of philosophy, but given the conversations happening around this shed, I think I'm going to go back to the world of if you are the person who feels responsible for planning trips, what things you should look out for first and foremost. Now, I think a common trap is looking at flights. Problem is, depending on how far out you're going to be predicting your flight, it could be completely unreasonable. You might see a flight that's, $400 that in 2 years can be $800 or vice versa. So there's no real point in looking at the travel cost until you're closer to the event. What's better is if you look within the area that you're traveling, what is the cost of travel between, say for example, uh, if you're looking at a particular state in the United States, look at how much it costs to get from, say, Chicago to Peoria or some other place within the state. What's the cost of travel in a region? So Northwest Indiana to get to South Bend, to get to Central Indiana, etc. Um, West Texas in general. Like what are the if you're a Canadian looking at traveling to these places, what is the interstate travel? What is the interstate if you're going to stay in one particular area, what are the costs there? That's definitely I think a much more beneficial way to look at the potential costs for a future trip in a particular region. The problem with looking at flights first is you don't know if you're going to be looking at a huge incentive for a particular area. Las Vegas is a classic one where sometimes Vegas looks like the greatest deal on earth. And then you fast forward 2 years and it looks like absolute shit. Bye, kitty. You just, those are things you have to consider is you probably want to look at the cost once you're there of how things will total versus getting there and then the cost. Because the cost of travel is prone to change constantly.
It's unbelievable, really.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome back.
Thanks. Oh my God, so much happened just then.
Yeah, it seemed like he died and came back to life.
I did die and come back to life in a sense. I walked out the door. You came back in.
Yeah, heard a woman.
There's a woman,
Yeah, gay.
as what we call the missus, was out there. And then we have new neighbors. We rent
seen a lot of their
downstairs.
vehicles.
We have rent
Yeah,
downstairs
There's a
and
Charger, a BMW,
uh,
Mercedes.
new
It's crazy.
new neighbors moved upstairs. A group of maybe 5 or 6 or 7 East Indian guys.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I think everybody has a vehicle. Their
At least
own.
5 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, great bunch of guys. Honestly, don't know much, but so far seems pretty nice.
Yeah.
Um, but I brought this up. I actually wrote it down for us to talk about. Do you mind me segueing into something here?
Go for it. I was just talking about like how to plan a travel trip, but if you want to go into your racist theology, go for it.
Why was it racist right away?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. No, it wasn't. I was going to say, have you ever moved to multiple apartments in your life?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Can I ask you the experience?
So the first time I moved into the first apartment, it was very much like I'm gonna bring as little as possible because I don't want to take enough space, and I'm kind of, like who knows what I'm actually gonna be keeping in a few years.
Right.
And then fast forward 7 or 8 years, move into a new apartment, and I'm kind of like, I plan on staying here a long time,
Right.
so I'm gonna really like claim this as my space.
Right.
Ended up only being my space for like 7 months, and then I'm in the new place I'm currently at.
Right.
And that has
You haven't moved very much.
it's ebbs and flows. No, I've moved quite a bit.
Okay, for that part, it didn't seem.
In
like
terms
it.
of apartments, I've moved 3 places in 8 years, but I've moved a total of like 7 places in 8 years. It's been almost constant.
Okay. Yeah, it's similar to myself. Okay. I only ask because, what would you? Okay. But when you move into a place, when you're getting set up to move into a place, what's the first thing you do? Before you say you already agreed to move in.
Well, I go check it out. I go look at like if there's anything wrong, if there's anything ridiculous.
Right.
Decide whether or not I'm going to be there. And then after I decide I'm going to be there, I start getting rid of things that I don't need. That's kind of my first step.
Right, but what do you do with the place that you're going to move into? You go for a walk around to find
Things I need to fix up, things that like really are ridiculous for me to leave to the owner. And then
not for you. I mean, for the new place you're moving into.
Yeah, I'll look for the reverse of that, like things that weren't addressed, things that suck, things
Right.
that
And left there.
yeah, things that constitute
Damages.
something the owner needs to deal with before I move in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, now no fault to anybody, but all fault to the people who manage this place that we live. Last night at about 9 p.m., they asked, how do we do laundry?
Oh,
Because we make a point, because we live downstairs and we've been here for a few years. We make a point to reach out and say, hey, if you have any questions, if you need anything, just let us know.
yeah.
We'll help you out. And they were like, what about laundry? Where are the washer and dryers?
And that's downstairs.
Right. You think before you decide to rent a place,
You'd figure that out.
you would know where the washer
know
and dryers
what the
are.
deal
They
is.
would take you for a walk around
Yeah.
and show you stuff. Especially if they say in suite washer dryer or in suite laundry or whatever they say. Anyway, thought that was odd. Then today I noticed a bunch of garbage in the backyard. And I was like, oh, it's not going to be. Original thought was, fuck, this is going to turn to a fucking argument
gonna be
with
a
people
brouhaha.
upstairs,
Yeah.
a big shit show. Then I was like, yeah, maybe not, because they seemed all right when they moved in.
Yeah, they were asking questions.
Yeah, so I took a picture of it, and I sent it to the guys that moved in. I was like, hey, what's this? Like, oh, that was the garbage that was left behind before we moved in. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, why would you move into a place with garbage still up there? But also, when they asked about the laundry the night before, I said, hey, you just got to have a key because at a certain hour we lock the door. So you have to have a key to get in the laundry and lock it when you're done. And they said, we don't have keys yet.
Bro.
And all I could think is like, this management company that runs this place, it's like, get your shit together.
What are you doing? Yeah.
You show the place, someone agrees to rent it. You should be doing a walkthrough before they move in, first off.
For sure.
Because now they're doing a walkthrough tomorrow, 3 days after they already moved in, where they can get blamed for any damage. And the garbage that needs to get removed, which is now in the backyard, I'm saying, hey, someone has to get rid of this because we're not dealing with it. It looks like food products, stuff like that too, where it's like attract rats and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, you guys have to do it. So I'm going to piss off the rental company because I emailed the owner of the house and CC'd.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I'll take care of it, but I'm going to charge extra because it's unknown.
Yeah.
And,
take a little off my rent.
And you're going to have to, or just talk to the rental company because they should have had it dealt with before these people ever moved in. It's unfair to the people that moved in to have to throw out someone else's garbage.
Agreed.
And not have keys to the laundry. They don't have a key to get in.
That's crazy.
And or nor do they have keys for anything else.
Huh.
So anyway.
Yeah. Do your due diligence. Make sure you check like the full ins and outs of what you're agreeing to.
Yeah, I feel bad for the
There's
owner.
some people who definitely want to take advantage of like immigrant new people.
And that's kind of how it feels right now.
Yeah.
And because they seem like nice guys. They also seem very new to Canada. But it's like,
so they're taken for a ride.
And so I messaged the guys upstairs, or at least I'm going to say, for lack of a better term,
goodbyes,
the leader upstairs, the guy that I talked to and I gave my number to. I sent him a message. I said, I'll send a message. Like I'll deal with it. Yeah. But it's like I shouldn't have to because I'm just a renter too. Yeah. I'm just renting the space downstairs.
You're not a part of what's going on up there. Yeah. Sus. Very sus.
But you know what? In the end, it'll all
Suslandia.
It'll all work out in the end. But they also, I don't know, I think they also are new, fairly new, and they were like, "Hey, can we share your Wi-Fi? We'll pay 60%." I was like, "No. You gotta get your own Wi-Fi. Yeah, we're not roommates. I'm
not gonna be on the chopping block for your porn. That's crazy.
Yeah, we live downstairs. You're upstairs, but I think they're learning, which is fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, but nice bunch of fellas. Will they be as good as our last upstairs neighbors?
Probably not.
No.
Ladies versus guys. Ladies are way more careful.
Yeah, I think
they're more conscientious for sure.
Yeah, I think
guys are just like, help us figure this out.
Yeah, they're I think they're early to late 20s. I see in the porch boxes upon boxes of drywall screws because they say they're drywallers.
Yeah.
So they're working. They're working like every day so far this week. Nobody's around because they're working, which is a positive.
Yeah.
But the drywall screws that are in the front porch that I noticed, it's like, oh, do you run your own business out of here? Yeah. There's like boxes of like 50-pound boxes of drywall screws. Probably 20, maybe 50 boxes of them. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm sure they're a great bunch of guys, though. So far, they are. So far, without a doubt.
You'll see.
We had other folks that lived here previous that were awful. So.
Really?
Yeah.
The girls were pretty good.
No, the girls were great. The East Indian girls, tip top, favorite people ever. But before that, we had Whitey's, Whitey redneck construction workers.
Disgusting.
Oh God, honest to God, the first week was okay.
Rest was garbage.
The rest of the year or two, whatever it was, man. Did you watch My Name's Earl?
Yeah. First season.
Okay, so if you could go to anything trailer park and My Name's Earl, that's about it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
felt like you were like on the chopping block for a bunch of shit that you weren't responsible for.
I just felt no, I wasn't on chopping block, but they were on chopping block for things that they were responsible for. They were them people. They were very redneck, very much what this place didn't need.
Yeah. Well, glad you're in a new situation.
Well, I hope these dudes are good.
I'm sure they will be.
Dude beer will
Yeah.
figure that out
Their
eventually.
cars seem like they were like pretty well maintained, so
They look after their cars by the looks of it.
if you can take care of your car, you can take care of where you live.
It's just making sure that they understand and know and learn certain things. That's all. Yeah.
100%.
They'd be fantastic. Is this for me? Where'd that come from? Is that the sixth one? Or do you pull that for you?
I do not know. That said, in the world of podcasts and hey, how are you now?
Oh,
Stay dripping.
are we out?
We're out. Yeah. We're
Steady
definitely out.
dripping.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope if you're interested in any kind of like sports related travel.
Did I bitch for that long?
Yeah, probably. If you're interested in more like how are we gonna do the trip, we will definitely reconvene. We'll talk about like our tips, and personally, I think the big tip is like which city you want to go to, what kind of food do you want to eat, what's the least expensive way to get there, and then it's you look at the schedule, et cetera, look at the people you're going with. We'll be more than willing to share that as it goes on.
Of course.
And then for Mon Ami right here,
Uh-huh.
if you have neighbors you hate, he'll tell you how to deal with them.
Or, yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Steady driven.
Steady driven. C'est la vie, Mon Ami, au revoir.